Wait a second. If you spend 3,000 to 5,000 rupees every month on petrol, then this video is very important for you. Because in the next few weeks, a revolution is coming to Indian roads that could significantly reduce your fuel expenses. Toyota, Suzuki, Hyundai, and MG are ready. The government is ready. The market is ready. But the biggest question is, are you ready? And the second big question is it really beneficial, or is it just another trap designed to attract people? Today, let's uncover the complete truth. Recently, a union minister announced that within the next 6 weeks, vehicles running on 100% ethanol will enter the Indian market. Today, regular petrol costs around $102 per liter, while ethanol-based fuel may be considerably cheaper. When 100% ethanol becomes available, its price could fall even further. This is why the automobile industry is excited. Toyota, Suzuki, Hyundai, and MG are already preparing preparations, while the government is rapidly expanding the ethanol ecosystem. The government recently launched E85 fuel. In Delhi, its price has been fixed at around $82 per liter. It sounds attractive, but before understanding the full story, it is important to know what ethanol actually is. Ethanol is a type of alcohol. It is the same substance found in alcoholic beverages, but here it is used as fuel. It is mainly produced through a fermentation process, where sugar and starch are combined with yeast to create ethanol. During this process, yeast breaks down the sugar and produces ethanol along with carbon dioxide. The ethanol is then purified through distillation so that it can be used as fuel. Ethanol is generally divided into 3 categories. The first category is first-generation ethanol, which is produced from food crops. Sugarcane juice, sweet beet, corn, sweet sorghum, and other food-based materials are major sources of first-generation ethanol. The second category is second-generation ethanol, which is produced from agricultural waste and crop residues. Rice husk, wheat husk, corn stalks, bamboo, and wood waste are important raw materials for this type of ethanol. This is the same agricultural waste that farmers used to burn, but now it can be converted into valuable fuel. Experts believe second-generation ethanol has the greatest potential for the future and is environmentally friendly. The third category is third-generation biofuel, which is being developed from algae through ongoing research. Scientists believe algae-based fuels may play a major role in meeting future energy demands. In simple terms, sugarcane, corn, crop residue, bamboo, and many forms of organic waste may power vehicles in the future. At present, flex fuel options such as E5, E10, E20, and E85 are available in the market. In Delhi, E85 costs around $82 per liter, and E100 may soon become available. Now, the question is, which vehicles can actually run on high ethanol fuels? The Maruti Suzuki Wagon-R Flex Fuel is among the first passenger cars in India capable of handling high ethanol blends. The Hero Splendor Plus and HF Deluxe are among the country's first flex fuel motorcycles, specially designed for ethanol blends. These motorcycles are engineered to run on fuel blends ranging from E20 to E85. Their planned launch in Delhi and Maharashtra is being considered a major revolution in the two-wheeler segment. Suzuki Gixxer SF and certain other motorcycles are also capable of supporting higher ethanol blends. In the coming weeks, Toyota, Hyundai, and MG may introduce new flex fuel models in the Indian market. Now comes the most important section. Many people are wondering whether they can directly fill their old vehicles with E85 fuel. If you are thinking about doing that, be careful, because several serious risks are involved. The first major risk involves damage to rubber and plastic components. Ethanol can gradually weaken these materials. Fuel lines, seals, and gaskets may deteriorate over time, leading to leakage problems. If the issue becomes severe, the entire fuel system may be affected, resulting in expensive repairs. The second major risk is related to water. Ethanol has the ability to absorb moisture from the atmosphere. This moisture can accumulate inside the fuel tank and cause corrosion, contamination, and other technical problems. As a result, the fuel pump may be damaged and engine performance can be negatively affected. If excessive water reaches the engine, serious mechanical failures may occur, and the vehicle could stop unexpectedly. The third major concern is mileage. Ethanol contains less energy than petrol. Therefore, more fuel may be required to travel the same distance compared to petrol. Experts estimate that E20 may reduce mileage by around 3 to 5%. With E85, mileage reduction could reach 15 to 20%. Older carburetor-based vehicles are likely to face the biggest challenges because their systems are not designed for such fuels. If 100% ethanol is used in a conventional engine without modification, engine knocking may occur. Over time, deposits may build up inside valves and combustion chambers, potentially damaging engine components. This is why flex fuel engines are designed differently from conventional engines. They use special corrosion-resistant rubber and durable materials to prevent ethanol-related damage. These engines are equipped with upgraded fuel pumps and injectors capable of handling different fuel blends. Special sensors continuously monitor fuel quality and composition to ensure proper engine performance. The vehicle's ECU automatically adjusts engine settings according to the fuel being used. In other words, the right fuel in the right vehicle can provide benefits, while the wrong combination may cause damage. Now let's address the question everyone is asking. How much cheaper can this fuel actually be? The production cost of ethanol is estimated at around $35 to $45 per liter, but the complete picture is more complex. The government provides higher prices to ethanol producers and sugar mills to encourage production and support farmers. This system benefits sugar mills while helping farmers receive better payments for their crops. Even so, E85 remains cheaper than regular petrol for consumers, making it an attractive option. This is where hopes grow that ethanol fuels could reduce transportation costs in the future. But why is petrol so expensive? The answer lies not only in crude oil prices, but also in taxes and additional charges. Petrol includes central excise duty, state VAT, dealer commissions, transportation expenses, and several other costs. As a result, fuel that leaves the refinery at a lower cost eventually reaches consumers at more than $100 per liter. Increasing ethanol blending also benefits the government because it can reduce dependence on imported crude oil. India imports enormous quantities of crude oil every year, costing the country trillions of rupees. Greater ethanol usage could save foreign exchange reserves and strengthen national energy security. This is one of the main reasons why the government continues to expand ethanol blending programs. Now, let's see what other countries have done and what lessons India can learn from them. Brazil is considered one of the world's most successful ethanol users, with flex fuel vehicles operating for decades. There, ethanol is produced on a large scale from sugarcane and is often cheaper than petrol. Brazil first developed vehicle technology, then fuel infrastructure, and only afterward expanded the system nationwide. Experts consider this approach safer because both technology and fuel systems evolve together. In India, many researchers and technical experts view second-generation ethanol as an important future solution. Ethanol made from agricultural waste is considered beneficial for both farmers and the environment. Crop residue that currently contributes to pollution could become a valuable source of fuel. This could create an additional income stream for farmers while reducing the need to burn crop waste. If successful, this model may also help reduce air pollution in major cities. Several studies suggest that ethanol-blended fuels provide cleaner combustion and reduce certain emissions. Carbon dioxide emissions may decrease, offering environmental advantages. However, like every technology, ethanol also comes with challenges and limitations. Some studies indicate that other types of pollutants may increase under certain conditions. For this reason, experts recommend a balanced and scientific approach instead of uncontrolled expansion. Now comes the most important question. What should ordinary vehicle owners do? If your vehicle is an older model, always consult the manufacturer's recommendations before using new fuel blends.
Vehicles manufactured before 2018 should be especially cautious with higher ethanol concentrations. Regularly inspect and replace fuel filters to prevent contamination and moisture-related problems. Fuel lines, seals, and other critical rubber components should also be checked periodically. Older carburetor-equipped vehicles require regular maintenance and cleaning. If your vehicle is approved only for limited ethanol blends, stay within those recommended limits. Never choose a fuel solely because it is cheaper if your vehicle is not technically compatible. In conclusion, the ethanol revolution is moving rapidly across India. However, informed decisions are essential. If you own a flex fuel vehicle, you may benefit from lower fuel costs in the future. But older vehicles require caution and proper maintenance before switching to high ethanol fuels. Now tell us, would you choose a flex fuel vehicle for your next purchase? Share your opinion in the comments. If you found this information useful, share this video with friends, family members, and fellow vehicle owners. For more updates on future technology, automobiles, and emerging fuel innovations, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts in the comments.